Hello, welcome. Hi, who do we have here today? Welcome to the live. Ooh, someone has a really cool picture. A chakra picture. Dennis, hello. I love that picture. I like that bright yellow too. Hi, who's all here today? Hey, Angie, welcome to you. Nice to see you again. How's everything in the UK, my friend? Hi, Hetty. Good to see you guys. For my lovely message? Sure, you're welcome. The which message, Angie? Hetty, my butterfly friend. Who else is here? Say hi. Or gaze into the rain of the mountains in the virtual background behind me. Oh, yeah. I try to reply to all the donations. I try to make a personal reply. Number one, Hetty, you are number one in my list every day. Angie, I'm glad you liked that. I'm glad you appreciated that. Who else is here today? Say hello, tell us where you're from, check in and see. Well, I'm not doing numbers anymore. I changed it last on Wednesday. I'm actually typing the names in. Hello, Janet from Wisconsin. I have not been to Wisconsin in many years. Yeah, I'm actually typing people's names in now. But I can pretend that you're in the third spot, so we'll put somebody else. Numbers was so good. It's actually less management for me. Numbers were fun, yeah. It's because my notebook is running out of pages where I write everyone's name and the number. Oh, well, I can keep the numbers and put the names on. There you go, Hetty. Always coming up with great ideas for me. Janet, are you new to my lives? I think you is. Don't recognize your name or face. Yes, okay, wonderful. Welcome. Well, I usually linger for a bit here and we just wait for more folks to come in. That way I can save my breath on the explanation of what I do and what we're all about for the next hour and a half. Hello, Melinda. It was so nice to see you last night in Susan's live. Thanks for my understanding. Hetty, you're a hoot. Too funny. Melinda, how are you? Welcome to everybody who's just coming in. Please feel free to say hi, say where you're from, check in. You can even say how you're feeling, how you're doing. I am somewhere between calm and centered, coming from incredibly frazzled. So I'm somewhere in between those 2 points. That's why I picked a cozy background scene today. Something very cozy, warm, and comforting. Melinda says, I'm doing well. Had a session with Jackie today. Lots of tears, but really good. Oh, congratulations. I love Jackie Mancuso. For those of you who don't know her, Jackie Mancuso, teacher here on Insight Timer. She does a lot of astrology. She's a spiritual problem solver. And she's recently started doing a lot more coaching for folks. She just has so much great wisdom and just a real great gal. Lots and lots of cool insights. What else are you guys saying? Hi, Kiana. Welcome to you, dear soul sister. Happy Friday indeed. I'm glad it's Friday. Thank you, Hetty. Hi, Linda. Good to see you too. I see a Peter Brook. Hi, Peter. I'm so glad you guys are here. My heart feels kind of tender today, so it's nice to be with friends. Melinda mentioned what happened in our session to Jackie, and I was sobbing in that session too. Wow, Melinda, you're having such amazing release. I really love this for you. It's good to cry. It's good to sob it out. Hi, Mary Lou. Good to see you. You're feeling calm for now. I'm glad to hear that. Can you give me some? I'm still feeling a little frazzled. Not if you can't spare it though. Hi, Sherry. Hello. Yeah, my elderly friend, who's the one who's dying, she fell today. Didn't hurt herself, thank God. But she fell flat out on the floor. It's always stressful and frazzling, and my strength isn't enough to pick her up with her size. So we have this device around her neck, and it's this cool little button, and it reaches out to the company that does the security for the house, and they contact um they contact the EMTs for us. So the super cool, awesome guys from the local ambulance company came and helped her up, checked her out, got her in her chair. But yeah, really frazzling. Yes, thanks, Sherry. Thank you, Linda. Sherry, it is scary. Yeah. And that rhymes, which is kind of funny. It is scary, Sherry. Thanks, Hetty. Yeah. She's okay. She's resting. It throws her for a loop. Throws me for a loop too. Something like that makes her feel real vulnerable and makes me remember how precious every single moment is, really. Shake it out. Isn't there a song? Shake it out. Shake it out. Haters gonna hate. Isn't that a yeah. Shake it off? Is it shake it off or shake it out? What is that? That's a what's your face name song. Shake it off. Yeah, shake it off. Exactly. I did some extra meditating listening to a 528 megahertz song on Insight Timer. I love 528 hertz. Not megahertz, but hertz. That is they call it the love frequency. Can you guess why I like that frequency? Uh, I am not a Swiftie, Linda. I like a couple songs. I respect her for what she's built. I don't know how she lives a life of such constant notoriety. I can't even imagine dealing with all that, but I'm sure she has a team to help with most of it. So shake it off, shake it off. Well, we've got a few folks here now. Anybody else who's new want to raise their hands, say hi, tell us where you're from. Do you live somewhere on this mountainside right there, maybe? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Hey, Alaska, Clarissa, very cool. Welcome to my lives today. How is things in Alaska? I've never been. Hello, Ellie from Australia. Nice to have you as well. Well, if you guys are new, you are in for a treat. As the regulars know, we have a lot of fun here. There's a lot of interesting stuff that happens. Um, so let me tell you what I do. I'm Greg Phillips. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. I'm coming to you from Rochester, New York, where we have actually quite a lovely day today. What I do is something called ChakraTouch. I do a lot, but these lives particularly are based on my gift called ChakraTouch. So I have this gift where I can tune in to people's chakras, and I just open myself up as a channel to love. And I just sort of witness and observe the energy going on in your chakras, and it begins to show me the quality of its movement. It shows me visuals, it shows me sounds and shapes and all sorts of stuff. And I begin to describe and reflect that back to whoever's having the reading. And then together, I coach them on how to use that energy to whatever resolution that energy needs in the moment. Energy is so beautiful to me because purely in the moment, it is probably of all the different characteristics and attributes of ourselves, it is the most now part of who we are, I believe. But that resolution could be spiritual, physical, emotional healing. It could be an amazing new insight. It could just be a gentle reminder of something we forgot. Or it could be a profound breakthrough. We just never know. Yeah. And so here on ChakraTouch Live, we do a reading format. Everybody gets a chance at a reading because I use a spin the wheel app. And whoever wants to have a reading, or as we've been saying recently, go on a journey, because sometimes they literally are journeys, energetic journeys, kind of shamanic, I tend to think. Yeah, so anybody who wants to have a reading today gets on the spin the wheel list, and then we let the universe decide who gets called on. Haley, nice to meet you. New listening in from Scotland. I love that for you. Oh, is it melty outside, Clarissa? That sounds fun. I imagine Alaska has melty and non-melty, huh? Sherry wants to go to Alaska. That's cool. Sunshine Coast QLD is where's that, Ellie? Hi, Millie. You're also from Alaska. Fairbanks. Wow, super cool. We've got people from all over. I love that. Come on up to Alaska. I just might someday, Clarissa. Appreciate that. Yeah, isn't the fire really lovely? I chose this new background today. I'll show you guys before we get into making our list. Look at how amazing that is. Look at the lanterns on the ledge. It's almost like somebody built a home out of a cave that looks out. I imagine those mountains are like in New Zealand or something. And that, I don't know if it's a bed or a couch, but I love the rumpled blanket and how cozy and rustic the whole scene is. Just beautiful. And the fire, of course, makes us all feel warm and cozy. What else you guys saying? All right, Sherry's gonna go for a few minutes and you'll add your name when you return. Okay, dear, no problem. Fellow Qlander. Oh, that's what QLD means. Queensland. Queensland. Thank you, Peterbrook. Melinda, I am. Thank you for asking. We're just gonna see what comes out. The last time I was feeling frazzled or stressed or sad or extra sensitive, it was really beneficial for me to hold the space for you guys and do the live. It's important for me to show up, A, because I love you guys and I like seeing you and I love spending time with you. But B, don't ever hold me up on a pedestal, please. I know how much you guys appreciate me, but I'm just as human. And so I come with all my humanness. I come to these lives in 100% humanness, but I also bring my 100% divinity. So we can do this together and we can build that loving energy as a group, regardless of how me or anyone else feels. So I don't expect myself to be perfect. I don't expect you guys to be perfect. So that puts us all as one. But I appreciate the concern, Melinda. Yeah, I do. Tomorrow I'm gonna take time off. I think I'm gonna turn off my office hours tomorrow, and I'm planning a day to goof off. How's that sound? I'm just gonna goof off, which is really good. Anywho, yay, playtime. I do love playtime. I really feel the need for it. Oh, speaking of goofing off, I do have the lives scheduled for the rest of next week. So I've got the Sunday live coming at 4:44 Eastern. If you're not following me and you want to stay notified about the lives, please do follow. I love it when people follow. Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot. A really fun thing happened this week. I hit a milestone, a super cool milestone. 333 followers. I mean, you guys know how much I like repeating numbers. 333. That was like super fun to see. So now we're looking for the 444. That's kind of exciting. Um, yeah, anyways, so for new folks, I stream on Sundays in the afternoon. Still haven't picked a time. Wednesdays at 2:22 p.m. Eastern US, and then Fridays at 4:44 p.m. Eastern US. That'll change when I move, but we don't know when I'm going to move yet. Anyways, what I was going to tell you is that I haven't decided yet, but I'm considering that the week following next, I might not do as many or any lives. There's a lot of recordings I want to do. People have asked for a cord cutting track, a track to do the spirit walk, as well as the soul fragment reintegration. And I've got a track idea bubbling up about living from love. So there's just a lot of creative stuff I want to do, and I want to make time for it. So, that might be the week of the 25th, but I don't know. We'll see. Just follow, just stay notified. All right, friends, who would like to be on the list today for the universe to pick you for a reading slash energy journey? Peter. All righty. You can request a number as well, but I'm typing names in. Mary Lou. Do, do, do. Kiana, do you want 11? Kiana's so funny. Whoa. You guys are fast. And I'm a slow typer. Let me get Melinda. Who wanted 5? PETA. Oh, I put you in at 2. See, this is where the numbers get hard for me. Don't. I don't like that. Just like names. All right, I'm missing people. Mary Lou, Melinda, Kiana, Angie, I gotcha. Gary would like. Hi, buddy. How are you? Yeah, I'm not going to keep the number thing next time. Haley, why not? Yes, please. Go for it, Haley. Say yes. Absolutely. Live dangerous. No, there's nothing dangerous about it. Living on the edge. Yes, Clarissa, no problem. And for the new people, I'm a total goofball, so get used to it. We like to have fun here no matter how I'm feeling. Ellie, yes, indeed, gets on the list. Linda, I would never throw you in. I will type your name though, okay? No throwing here. We don't want anyone to get injured. Gary, you're in the right place because you're feeling. That's what's important. All right, I've got Hetty, Melinda, Angie, Mary Lou, PETA, Gary, Haley, Clarissa, Ellie, Linda, Kiana. Anybody else before I do the first spin? Let's shake it off. Shake it off. Wow, that is cluttered. Yeah, Hetty, I may not keep the numbers. It's too much for me to manage. Last call for names before the first spin. Yeah. All right, here we go, friends. We're gonna spin. Keeping it sorted. All right. Oh, Linda, no. Sorted. 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 You know me better than that, Linda. Yes, hugs to Gary. That was funny, Linda. That you got me. That was a good one. You guys are you guys are great. All right, Ellie. Ellie, you're the first contestant on ChakraTouch Live. So the way this works, since you're new, Ellie, I think you're new. For anyone who is new that gets called on, you can ask a question or you can state a topic or an intention. My work is not predictive, so I can't tell you about the future because your energy is in the moment, but I can tell you what's going on with your energy, and then we can explore it from there. That's always been a good song. So Ellie, how can I be of assistance? What guidance do you seek today, my friend, on this beautiful mountain scoped day with a warm, cozy fire? Mm. Did we lose Ellie? I don't think we did. We lose? No, she was just here. She's probably typing. I sense that she is typing. Hmm. Seeking to keep my truth. Tell me more, Ellie. That's a little too vague to work with. I'm sensing something about boundaries. Okay. Yes, indeed. I can feel that. Well, I'm sorry to hear about the breakup, but I think I understand what you're meaning about the truth. Hello, Sheila. Good to see you. All right, Ellie. I'm called to work with your heart chakra. Are you sitting, my friend? If so, please spread your legs out. Not spread them, but separate them. Don't cross them. And make sure that your feet are flat on the ground. Just a comfortable seated position. Definitely boundaries. Yes. Definitely boundaries. All right. And then take your left hand, Ellie, and place it right here on the center of your chest, right on your heart chakra. Okay. And put your right hand over it. And I just want you to close your eyes and move your mind's eye to focus right there at the spot where your hands are touching your chest, right at your heart chakra. And if you want to move your mind's eye further into your heart space, you can feel free to do that. But let's take a look there. So I'm getting a really strong, really clear energy in your heart right now. It has a um this yeah, I'll just describe what so the energy I'm feeling is what I'm seeing is an American Sign Language sign. So you'll have to open your eyes and look at this. But what I'm seeing is that there's this the sign in sign language is this. And basically, if I'm remembering the full meaning of it, it's like the rebel feeling, but the sign means to rebel. But the energy that I'm getting I'm seeing that motion at your heart. The energy and the meaning that I'm getting from your heart space is that your heart is strong and your heart is being not rebellious, but it is being, it just feels like it's being courageous and it's being bold and it's very, very clear energy. It's kind of like, but it's not like a fight kind of feeling. It's a power feeling, like it's making a gesture that it's in its place of power, right? So I don't feel like your heart is what's wavering, and that makes me guess that it is your mind. Yep. Okay. I am definitely feeling so the energy in your mind, my friend. Let me know if the heart, if you can feel that. It's a strength, it's a resiliency, it's resolve. That's the word. Your heart has resolved, meaning it's kind of like set itself on a path, right? And that's what I'm sensing kind of from the breakup. Your heart has resolved, but the mind is double doubting and questioning. Yeah, yeah, I totally feel that going on in your mind. Let me know if you can feel or see or sense any of this what I'm talking about and how that's resonating for you, Ellie. Yeah, okay. So the energy in the mind is kind of the quality of the movement on the mind is kind of like it's like let's see. It has this energy of looking everywhere, but it's not I want to be more precise about that description because it's not quite exactly what I'm feeling and seeing. So it's kind of it's kind of emotion. There's a head, like a shoulders and up, not a body, but like a what is this? Like a headshot, like a headshot um visual, and the head is sort of like turning to one side and looking really intently over here, and then turning to this other side and looking really intently over there, and it just keeps going back and forth, right? And it just is it's really intently looking for something. I can feel this insistency, but also that's fascinating. You have a really strong mind. So, and how I know that is what's coming through Ellie is as this figure is turning its head, it's using its entire strength of your mind. You're using your entire strength of your mind as you're looking in each direction. So when you're turning this way and your energy is looking this way, it's like using all the mind's power, right? And then it gets all confused and then it needs to turn and look somewhere else. But then again, it's applying all of its power, but then it doesn't see anything. It can't see whatever it thinks it's looking for. And so in between those moments of focus, there's this sort of confusion and fogginess. It's not super confused, but it's almost like I'm looking for X and darn it, there's no X. So there's a little bit of a dejected quality, a little bit of a letdown. And then it's looking over here. I'm looking over here. And so what's going on, my friend, is your your mind is running the show right now. And as I always say, the mind is a horrible master, but an amazing tool. So what the mind is missing is two really important things. And this is the big message that's coming through right now for you. Um, your heart has resolved itself on the path, right? So your heart knows about the decision you've made. Your heart, or maybe you haven't made a decision and you were the one that got broken up with, but your heart has resolved to be strong, right? And I don't mean in a like I'm feeling weak, therefore I need to be strong way, but it just your heart is strong. Your heart is clear. Your heart is strong and is confident in the moment, but your mind is running the show right now. So the mind is forgetting to look at the heart. And most importantly, the mind is forgetting to look at whatever you consider the divine. So let's take a little, I'm going to take a little closer look here. Yeah, so the mind is lacking the conviction and the confidence that the heart is feeling. Hopefully that makes sense to you. How is that resonating? What is that? Any thoughts or reflections? Tell me what's coming up for you in that. Because I think there's a little bit more to do, but tell me, were you the one who decided to do the breakup, or did it just happen? Did it, was it the other person who did the breaking up? Was it mutual? Your heart is just so strong. It's really amazing to witness. Yes, it was your decision. Okay, well, then that makes sense why your heart has such a conviction. I think you meant way out, right? Yes, I'm in the same home trying to find a way out. Yeah, your decision. Okay. Ah, my friend. Yeah. Hmm. Ellie, I want you to just join me for a moment. Picture yourself in your mind space, observing this figurehead. And I just want you to be a witness, okay? Just be an observer and a witness. No stories, no judgment, no analysis, no expectations. Just watch how this figurehead is moving. Take a really deep look. This may be a representation. It may look like you, or it may look like, it doesn't really matter who it looks like, but just take a deep look and try to really feel into the quality of what's happening. And as we look deeply, I can feel that the mind is really, really trying to find this way. Okay. And I just want you to be the observer and the witness of how much effort your mind is putting into trying to find the way, right? So the head is turning. It is putting all of its mental focus in one direction and not seeing. And then it gets a little downtrodden, a little dejected feeling, a little disappointment, and then it thinks, oh, I should look over here, right? And as we're watching, just allow to come into your heart just a lot of loving allowance and compassion for this part of your mind, for this part of you. The mind can get so busy in our lives looking for guarantees and assurances. And unfortunately, it can only see so far. It's just not capable of seeing and understanding the full picture, right? But our hearts can. And what I'm wanting to encourage you to do right now in this moment, Ellie, is to just look upon this activity in your mind with just deep compassion and almost lean forward in this vision and just whisper into the mental space, thank you for trying so hard. Thank you for trying so hard. You can let go now. You can let go now. And just give the mind permission to relax for a moment. Let it goof off instead of trying this hard. Reminded that your heart has resolved that this is the path for you right now. And let the mind know when you're busy and you want to look for something, you want to get busy looking, just look to the heart. The heart is the guiding light here. The heart knows our path. And in whatever words you end up using, giving permission for the mind to relax. It doesn't have to search anymore. You let it know when you need it again. And just let that effort go. And remember that you are always divinely guided. Your heart has made a decision, and in that decision you can trust. The mind will never fully trust in that, because the mind only trusts in what it can see. And when it can't see what it's looking for, it's going to get distraught. It's going to get distracted. Yes, self-compassion is your go-to. And a big piece of that, something I talk about a lot, Ellie, I know you're new, but I talk about loving allowance quite a lot. It's like a type of acceptance, but it's much deeper and more spacious. It brings the element of love in. It brings the eyes of love. It brings the heart of love. It brings the viewing the situation from love. And the allowing part is really about both acceptance and being present with what is. My favorite phrase for it is, we encourage you to have loving allowance for all things to be, all things, good, bad, and indifferent, all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves. And when you bring that loving allowance into your current scenario, Ellie, you begin to sort of get some distance and spaciousness from the conditions and the situations and the entirety of the scenario. And just remember, my dear friend, your heart has resolved. Your heart has that conviction, the same conviction that a rebel has. That's why I think I've been seeing that, because yeah, you could be, yeah, isn't that lovely? Loving allowance, Clarissa. Yeah, there could be a bit of a rebel energy going on, Ellie, and that I'm sensing that might also slightly be throwing you off, because, and I may not be right about this, and I'm never attached to being right about any guidance that comes through, but I kind of feel like, what's this? The message I'm getting intuitively, Ellie, is to celebrate this quality in your heart, because this is a huge step for you. That's the message I'm getting. The message I'm getting, there is this rebellious energy, because you're not rebelling. It's not like rebelling against authority or rebelling it, but you're rebelling against kind of the normal, the comfortable path is the words that are coming through. This path of convenience that you've been on, and you're making a huge change for yourself. This isn't happening to you. This is happening for you. You've always been a rebel. Great. Then keep it up. Celebrate this rebellious heart moment, okay? Because within it is your strength, right? The mind is not always going to see this. Hello, Ella. Good to see you. But your heart knows this, my friend. And so just, yeah, self-compassion, loving allowance, and celebrate that you're rebelling against what was in order to create a new life for yourself. And yeah, you're not physically there yet in terms of moving out of the same house that you've been living in. But my God, you've taken the step, right? How amazing. It reminds me of when I said yes to ChakraTouch. I felt so much love and life force in me just saying yes to that, because I was being called to it and I resisted it for so many years and for several months, even before I said yes. And then every time I say yes and recommit and say yes again, I can feel the the quality of love just calling me forward. And you're kind of in a similar situation. You're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to your heart's happiness and to your happiness and to your life, my dear. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Hopefully that works for you for the moment. I feel like we're complete for now. Are you complete? Do you have any questions of clarification? You're welcome, Ellie. Thank you for your vulnerability and your willingness to go on a little journey today. Beautiful journey. My friends, I'm here as a guide on the path to our hearts, on the path to love. That is my entire purpose, is to spread love and to guide others on the path to their heart. So thank you, Ellie, for being our first person today. All right, I'm going to spin again. Sherry, are you back? Is Sherry back and want to get on the list? Does anyone else want to get on the spin to win list before I spin it again? For anyone who's just popped in and doesn't know what that list is, I put everybody's name into a wheel and spin it, and we let the universe decide who gets the next reading and goes on the next journey. Yay, Ellie, look at that. Peter's giving you strong. Ella, you want to get on? Okay, dear. Last call to be added to the list. All right, spinning again. And this time, for some reason, intuition told me to shuffle it. Kiana, my dear soul sister, you are up. Yay, Kiana. How can I be of assistance today, my dear? What guidance do you seek on your path today? And while she's typing out her question, I just want to say thank you again for being here. If you haven't followed yet, please consider it. I would love to have you follow us. We just really have a lot of fun here. You'll get notified about all my lives and any tracks. I've got some really cool, fun tracks lately. And also, you can check out our group, Circle of Love. To get to it, you go to my home page on the Insight Timer profile and you scroll all the way down. At the bottom is the link to the group. Also on my profile are all my links to the socials. That's on the About tab, which is a little bit to the right of all the tabs. And that is the link there is all the way to the bottom. I record all these lives. I put them up on my YouTube. I also use Instagram and Facebook. And that is also where my links are, is also where my schedule is for private appointments. Thank you, Hetty, for your donation. And if you feel so called to spread the love back in my direction through a financial donation, no requirement, but I love it when people do that. It supports my business. It helps me pay for lots of, not lots, but it helps me pay for the things that I need to pay for, including Zoom and stuff like that. So always appreciate the sharing of love through whatever means, following, financial, just being here. Anything is great. It's all about spreading the love. So thank you for being here today. Alrighty, what does our dear friend Kiana say? Thank you, Ellie. So appreciate your donation as well. Kiana says, just needing some guidance on what's next for me professionally. That's right. I seem to recall in someone else's live, you were mentioning a recent change, right? I'm taking my professional exam on Thursday, praying I pass, and I know I will. Just want to know where to go from here. Interesting. Tell me a little bit more about this change, my friend. I always get so warm talking to you guys. Excuse me. It's fun having a chair with wheels because I can roll back and forth really easily. Kiana, I'm sensing a really big energy in you. I haven't even tapped into his chakras yet. I'm sensing this really, really big energy. So Kiana says, I feel like professionally I'm being led to something else, and I know my heart is in coaching and guiding people. Well, we've already talked about that. I know you know that. Yeah. There's a huge, I'm not even tapping into your chakras, and I'm feeling a huge energy in and around you, Kiana. I love working with people that I know a little bit better. It's easier. It flows because of the connection already. Oh, it's what you do now, but also more strategic planning. Yeah. I seem to recall the last time I did a reading journey for you, there was just a lot of love energy, was it? Yeah. So, let me see. Something huge is coming through. Okay, Kiana. So I'm not even focused on a specific chakra. I'm just going with it because there's just so much energy coming through the line right now. Um, Kiana, you just have, I know this is true, but I'm also just feeling it. You just have so much love, Kiana. There's just so much. You have such a big energy, like just not just a big heart space, but you just have, and you may not feel this way, but you have on access. It's kind of like on tap. It's available to you in vast, enormous amounts. Like you, there's just, and you're there's a caveat they're giving. So, and this could be a reflection of what you've described today so far. Yeah. The caveat they're giving is that you can feel this energy, but you're not always feeling it. And there's just a smidge of this seeing yourself as separate from it going on. So there's just a bit of a, it's not huge, but there's just a bit of an occasional disconnect. And therefore you're not really letting in, you're not 100% letting, which I mean, not so much from the heart, but from, hmm, it's like the totality of your power is available to you, my friend, in such a pure, beautiful, huge way. But there's just these moments where you're not seeing, not where you're seeing that as, or you as separate from it, right? And yet it's not like it's like you're, I feel like you're being called, and I'm not attached to being right. I feel like you're being called on a shift from feeling the energy to becoming a conduit for the energy to becoming aware of yourself as the energy. Does that make any sense? This is sort of based on an aha that I had last night about love as energy, right? Let me try and explain it. So when we're talking about living from love, right, which I know is really huge for you, it's huge for me. When we're talking about living for love, it's like living from love. Our entry into it as we grow spiritually, like our entry into it is increasing our capacity to feel it, right? So that's both in being a receiver and a transmitter of it, right? So we're feeling the love and we're either feeling it from someone or feeling it from ourselves or we're transmitting it from somebody. And that's sort of like the first step, right? And you're past that. I know that. The next step is sort of like tapping into being, to learning how to generate that feeling inside of ourselves. So then we become a generator. Yes, very cool. Intentionally setting a daily intention of being. Okay. So so the next step up from that is being a generator, where we've learned, like through the love bomb or other exercises or through daily intentions and whatnot, through meditation, we've learned how to generate the feeling of love in ourselves so that we raise our vibration, right? After that, we realize that we're actually a conduit for love. So we begin to move away from recognizing love as a feeling, recognizing love as a vibration, and we begin to move into recognizing that love is a force, that it actually is an energetic force that exists. It's just infinite. It's a vast continuum. And so you're on this point where you've been practicing so much self-love and so much love of others, right? And holding space for them, that I feel like you're being called to move into a conduit, but you might actually be already be in this conduit place. So it's almost like when you recognize that love is a force and not just a feeling, and when you recognize that we are a conduit for it, you start to recognize more of how it flows and moves. And I believe that this is like the step heading towards recognizing our oneness with it, right? And so I feel like the more you can continue that daily intention of being, but just continue to look for and recognize that you are love, right? When you're in the middle of a project, for example, and you're really enjoying it. Oh, was it? What is the high priestess? Susan was talking about this late last night in her live a lot. So there's it's a new concept, right? Connecting to higher self wellness is what I get from it. Yeah. So I kind of feel that the more you tap into this oneness, right? And it's so easy to say and not necessarily as simple to do, but it feels like the reason I'm describing this progressiveness from recognizing love as a feeling, then sort of recognizing our ability to generate the feeling itself so that we can raise our own vibration, right? And then recognizing that we are a conduit, so that instead of having to generate the love, right? Instead of having to generate love and come up with all the ideas, we're a conduit for it, for love itself, for our guides, for intuition, for spirit to flow through us, not just hold it in us, right? But allow it to flow through us. When you're doing a creative project and you're really excited and you're in the zone, right? That's love as a force. That's love as a flowing continuum. That's you connecting, you, me, anybody of us here, connecting to love as a continuum force, as a unified force that just exists, that just is. It's part of the beingness of us as people. Yeah, absolutely. Right? When you're with someone and you're being so completely present and you're holding a space for them, and maybe you're not holding a space for any reason other than that you just are want to hold space for them, or maybe you're actually in this coaching moment with them, or maybe they're coaching you. And I mean, we've all hopefully had this feeling where you're just with someone, purely being with them, and it feels so good and so delicious and so yummy. It feels so perfect and so in the moment. That's love as a force. That's us connecting with being a conduit for allowing it to flow through us, right? And our hope, our ultimate goal, I think, as spiritual seekers, at least mine is to recognize more frequently throughout the day the oneness with this force. Right now, I'm really conscious that I'm a conduit. It's so important to me to be a conduit, right? But I can tell, I can feel, I can sense that there's more to it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm saying yes to it. Every time I'm being a conduit, I'm saying yes to it. So for you, Kiana, you have access to so much of this. I just feel it. I feel it as you. I feel it around you. I feel it available to you at any given moment, anytime you call upon it, right? But being the conduit, becoming and living and being in that conduit space, that conduit perception, right? That's your gateway to it. And I feel like the more you can say yes to being the conduit that you are, the more will be revealed, whether it's this test you're taking, so for the exact career you're on now, or for something else. I just feel like saying yes to it on a regular basis. Yes, asking, like, make me a conduit or whatever it is that comes to you. Yeah. There's a lot there. It's huge. It's huge. It's exciting. I like it feels like I can't like I'm yeah, like I a part of me gets really excited because I can sense this moment. I mean, how do I say this? The part of me that's really excited for you in this kind of like knows you're going to get there. I don't know how, but you just knows you're going to get there. And it's just like, can't wait to hear about that moment when you get to this point and you feel the shift. Yeah, exactly. So you're in it already, my dear. And I think maybe your mind is just your mind's looking for assurances and guarantees, right? It's looking for that one detail that can, that can clarify the direction I should go. Well, you're already on the direction is I think the main point. Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. This is beautiful for you, Kiana. Such a powerful time for you. I'm so glad I know you. I cannot wait to see. I mean, I can wait, but I'm really looking forward to see what unfolds for you because when it does, you're a force to be reckoned with. And I don't mean in like a I just mean like yeah, I mean, you're just gonna shine, my friend. You're just gonna shine like so amazingly, and this just tickles me pink and makes me really, really excited. A loving force. We're uh, we're very much on the same path, my friend. Maybe different details, but very much the same path. So wonderful, very cool. Are you complete? Do you have any questions? You need more clarification? Yeah, isn't that amazing, Peter? Beautiful, just beautiful. You are complete. All right, my dear. Good stuff. I'm so excited for you. Keep me posted. I can't wait to hear it. I really can. It's going to be awesome. All right, spin it again, my dear friends. Let's see who the universe picks next. Welcome to anyone who's joined late. We're about to do our third reading today. And is our dear friend Linda here? Linda, you're next. Yes, you are still here. I see your beautiful flower. Yes. Hi, Linda. What guidance do you seek today, my friend? How can I be of assistance to you? I gotta remind myself, put my legs flat on the floor. I tell you guys to do that, but I have to remind myself constantly because I have this habit of tucking my legs under, like I bend my knees and I tuck my legs under the chair, and that ends up being an alley. Any word around the new gentleman I've met? Well, we were waiting for you to say a word, Linda. How's it going? How's it feeling? Can't remember when we had that reading. I'm going to say last week. Yeah, isn't that exciting, Kiana? Linda says, I think it's going good. He's been out of town, but we have a date Thursday. Awesome. Let me see what's going on, my friend. I remember now. You had two different energies, one in the heart and one in the mind, didn't you? I don't remember the specifics, but mm, yeah, I'm just feeling all the love in your heart, Linda, and the words that are coming from the divine are just stay the course, my friend. Oh, okay. And just remember to be in the moment. Stay in the moment. Be present. Like this is really Okay, so let's work with that. So Linda says, I often run, but for some reason, I think this could be a good one. So let's just work a little bit with those words, right? So, and this happens to me a lot. It's easy for the mind to get into its analysis paralysis by evaluating the potentiality of a relationship for the future. Okay. And and in certain ways, that level of discernment is important, right? Because we all have a certain dream for our lives, a certain hope for the lifestyle that we want to live and the kind of relationship that we want to have. And if you've been working on getting clear about what you want, of how you want to feel in regards to relationship, then there is some discernment necessary as part of that process, right? And to a certain extent, and I know I've heard this about folks that both men and women that embody the more feminine qualities of energy, there is to a certain extent, our hearts can open and relax more when we see, that there is a strong possibility or even a commitment of sorts, in the future, right? But unfortunately, because of the way our minds work, that takes us out of the moment quite frequently, right? So it's learning to balance the discerning about all of that and then the staying in the moment. So I want to encourage a reframing, an adjustment of perspective for you, Linda. So the real question isn't, so you're thinking, feeling that this could be a good one. The real question is this a good one right now? Because we don't ever truly know the reasons people come into our lives, right? Sometimes folks come into our lives for a very short time. Sometimes they come into our lives for a very long time. Sometimes they come into our lives for a medium time. Sometimes they come into our lives and we end up learning something that we weren't aware of. Sometimes they come into our lives and we're just having a lot of fun. So we never really know the entirety of that picture, which is why it's so important to be in the moment and to be in our hearts. So the real question is, do you want to see him again? If the answer is yes, then that's all you need to know in the moment. The rest is just mental activity. And the mental activity, unfortunately, can create a lot of self-doubt. Yeah. Yeah. I get the do you want to see him again message from an old friend. I haven't seen her in decades, but she was new to relationships. This was a friend I had when I was in recovery, and we were really, really close. We were very supportive of each other, and she was starting a new dating scenario, and she would tell me how crazy her mind was going about it. But she got a lot of support from folks, and this one person gave her the best advice I'd ever heard. And that was, when you wake up in the morning, you see how you feel about the person and you ask yourself, do I want to see them again? If the answer is yes, then you leave it at that and you let the rest go. Yeah, if you want to see him again, and now we're going to come full circle. Here's the thing, Linda. If the answer is yes, then he's a good one right now. So instead of thinking about could be a good one, is he a good one? Because when you get into the could be's, when you get into the shoulds, when you get into the I don't knows, when you get into the maybes, when you get into all that, that's all the mind run on the show. That's not heart teach my mind, right? I know you've heard that, heart teach my mind. The heart knows what it knows. The heart is part of that continuum of the force of love that I was talking about with Kiana earlier, right? The heart is connected to that. The mind is not on that level. The mind is on the level of, it's not on that continuum. The mind is all over the place sometimes, like mine is for sure sometimes. But what the heart knows, oh yes, How do I feel about him? I like him. I want to see him again. Boom. That makes him a good one right in this moment. If there comes a day when you wake up and you ask and you say, how do I feel about him? I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to see him again. Well, then, yes, we need some more guidance in that, or a decision is needed to be made. Or if you wake up and you're like, no, I don't want to see him again, right? Well, make sure that that answer is coming from your heart, my friend, because the mind can inject, well, he was kind of a jerk last night because he said XYZ. Okay, hold on a second. Like, is that us being overly sensitive? Because we are sensitive spiritual seekers and we have very tender hearts and we don't want them to be hurt, right? So that's where the mind, that's where meditation, the mind as a tool, the mind doing some discernment, that's when we can use those good aspects of the mind. But if we're letting the mind run the show and it's evaluating that because he said X, Y, and Z, or because he chewed his food in a weird way last night, do you know what I mean? Like, let's be as honest and present with what's real for us as we can, really, is what that comes down to. And believe me, I'm no pro at this. I too have been avoiding relationships for not, I'm not avoiding. I've been busy working on myself, really. And even though I always wanted one, I needed to spend a long time getting to where I am right now. So I imagine that I might ask you someday, you know, what you've been learning as you go through this, because I could also use that experience, strength, and hope. What are you guys saying? Okay, got it. Yes, I want to see him again. We'll seem to connect. We seem to connect. Maybe my angels have said now. He's so not a jerk. Great. That's awesome. As long as I'm like, as long as he's not a jerk to you, I don't have to come and beat him up. I don't want him to hurt my friend Linda. Yeah, okay, I'm fully in. I'm in that same place. Yeah, absolutely. Linda, I think you're in a great place. You have so much love in your heart. Like I haven't even really needed to scan you because I don't know how. I just know that right now this is good for you, right? Let it play out, my friend. Let it unfold. Loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with ourselves. A, loving allowance for yourself, my friend. Let you be where you are. If your mind gets crazy and squirrely, loving allowance for it, Linda. Loving allowance for it. Just be like, okay, thanks for sharing, mind. I'm going to check back with my heart now, right? Use our tools, use the love bomb, use the heart, teach my mind, right? Loving allowance for the joy and the excitement you feel for this new relationship. Loving allowance for the time that it's going through this beautiful courtship, this dating, this sort of, and believe me, when I date, it's nerve-wracking for me because it's an awkward time. It's I'd rather just have a relationship. I don't want to go through all these dates, right? But let's have fun with it, right? Let's be in the moment with it. Let's allow it to unfold in its own time and place, right? Without stories or judgment. I am so excited for you. And you're not nervous about it. That's totally that is a huge indicator, my friend. You're not nervous about it. That means your mind isn't generating the nervous energy. You're just in the excitement. Nervousness and excitement are the same coin, just the flip sides, the two different sides of the same coin. I love this for you. This is so cool. And look at that. Melinda's sending you hugs and love hearts. Great. Anything else about that, Linda? Are you complete for now? More questions, comments, clarification you need? I just love this for you. I'm excited to hear more. Linda, you're giving me hope. You're giving me hope because you are being an example for me and anybody else in this room right now who is wanting to be in a similar spot, excited about dating somebody, not nervous about it, and just really being with the goodness of it as it unfolds. So awesome. Yes. Well, then maybe we'll hear about it next Friday. Yeah, me too, Christina. I'm so excited for Linda. Thank you for being here, Linda, today. Yeah, okay. So there you go. Linda, you just helped Melinda. Melinda says, Me too, for sure. I've been debating something like this. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. You are love, Linda. We're all love. That is what we're called to, is someday to recognize our oneness with the force that is love. Cool. All right, my dear. Good journey. We didn't even go anywhere and we were just in it. Yeah, she's helping us get the love bomb vibe. I love that. All right, I'm gonna spin again. We've got time for one more. Just want to take a look at these mountains again. They're just so awesome. Gary, are you still here? Where's our buddy Gary? You are the next one up. I see your picture. Wait, where did you just say? You mean to yourself, Linda? Yeah, I don't see you. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's you being connected to the all that is, to source. I love it, Linda. Gary, are you there, buddy? I keep seeing his picture go by, but we haven't heard from him in a bit. We'll give it a sec. We'll give it a minute. Gary, if you can feel us, if you can feel Linda having picked you. Does anyone have any questions while we're, because I feel like Gary is there, but he's like in the middle of something right now. Yeah, thanks, Peter. Were you quote unquote yelling Gary's name? Does anyone have any questions about anything that we've talked about so far? Questions about anything I've said? Oh, while we're waiting for Gary, this is an opportunity for me to ask for your assistance with something. So I'm looking for a couple of volunteers to meet with me on Zoom sometime in the next, I don't know, week or two or something. I've got these two new ideas about how to do kind of general readings for everybody on the lives. And I'm really wanting to have some help to test it out, right? And the reason I'm wanting to do this as Zoom instead of like trying it here on a real live is because I'm really wanting to get the verbal feedback so that I can refine the process. So if you are interested in any way of being a volunteer, of helping me with this, please reach out to me either through my Insight Timer profile or through one of my links on my link tree. So recently I found out that people hell, Insight Timer hasn't designed how to message teachers super well, so a lot of folks don't find it. So if you are following, you'll see the red donate button on my profile, and just above it are three dots. It's called an ellipse in design strategy. And when you click on those three dots, a little menu will pop up, and part of that, one of the menu items says message teacher. So you could message me that way. It's pretty much going to be the same times as my lives, Peter. It'll be sometime in my afternoon, between 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll probably do either 2:22, 3:33, or 4:44 Eastern. So yes, please message me, Peter. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking for at least like, my intuition is saying like 10 to 12 people, but the more the merrier, quite honestly. It's something I'm a smidge nervous about, but it's been something I've been wanting to try to do generalized readings because I just really, my heart wants to reach more people. I mean, when I love doing these lives and doing the individual readings, but then I look at how many people, look at that, 88 people. I love replicating numbers. Um, so 88 people, like 88 of you, yeah, you might get something. A lot of you often do. The synchronicities exist. You get something from somebody else's reading. But yeah, I'm just really feeling called to do more group stuff and just to reach more people. Yeah. So Kiana, we've messaged before. Send me your email through the Insight Timer, will you, dear? Okay. Oh my God, Kiana, I've felt that ever since I met you. I would love to do that. That would be so cool. Yeah. So send me your email. If you're interested in helping me with this Zoom experiment, send me your email through a message in Insight Timer. You can also use my Facebook links or YouTube or whatever, whatever is convenient and useful for you in doing that. I still haven't seen Gary though. I'm gonna have to spin again, I think. 14 hours ahead. Did you fall back or did you spring forward? We in the US sprung forward last weekend. So, okay. Yeah, just reach out to me. Send me your email. We'll figure something out. All right. I'm going to spin again since we have no Gary. Sad face. All right. Spinning again. Just really excited about group stuff. I'm developing a group program as well that I'll be offering through Patreon. That I'm really excited about. Actually, I have to put aside some time to finish up that so that I can talk about it more. Mary Lou, are you still here? Is Mary Lou still here? Calling Mary Lou. Yay, you're here. Mary Lou, how can I be of assistance to you today, my friend? What guidance do you seek from across the lake? Kiana, that would be so much fun. Indeed. All right, let's see what Mary Lou says. Not sure. Close your eyes, my friend, and place your hands on your heart chakra and just feel into whatever comes up. What is wanting attention? What is wanting guidance, Mary Lou? What's caught that feeling of raising its hand, asking for a little love, a little attention, a little guidance? Hmm. Self-compassion. Yes. It's funny, it's right before you type that, I was sensing a lot of self-doubt. Is that true? Yeah, second guessing yourself, as they say. What are you doubting, my friend? What are you doubting? Hmm. For some reason, the words that Source is giving me right now is that you are not recognizing yourself as a powerful being of light, as a powerful being of love. Yeah, but I feel it. I feel it vibrating in my arms and throughout you. Hmm. Mary Lou. What is the divine for you? What do you call the divine? What label do you put on it? Yeah. So feeling I have to acquire it, do something. So God and your higher power. Okay. All right, Linda. You're welcome, dear. Good to see you. Have fun. Have fun on Thursday. Um, so Mary Lou, your statement, feeling I have to acquire it, do something. So that is, hi Monica, welcome. So that actually isn't a feeling, my friend. That is a thought. So your mind is thinking you have to acquire or do something to acquire this. So let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's an insistency, kind of an insistent energy in your mind. Get it done. Get it. You got to do this. Get it done. Get it done. Got to do this. Got to do this. Got to do this. So there's a hmm. So there's two qualities in this, Mary Lou. So the first is, how do I explain this? The insistency. Oh yeah, man, I get these sensings that come through, and then I have to take a moment and put words to them, and sometimes that's challenging. So I want you to try and, while the words are still coming, I want you to just take a look in your mind, my friend Mary Lou. Just observe, be the observer and the witness with loving allowance of the insistency in your mind. I want you to feel the quality of this insistency without judgment, without stories. You may react. It's okay. Let it go. Release any reaction, release any resistance. Just watch and feel this insistency. I got to do something. I got to do something. I got to acquire it. It's out there. It's out there. It's out there. I got to get it. 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 There's two energies going on with this, which are not easy to clearly see, but they are, I can see them. I can feel them. The first is that incessantness, okay? That's actually not the first, that's the second. At the core, gosh, come on, guides, give me some words here. Okay, the word that's coming through is focus. So you have you have a very powerful ability to focus, right? So this is great because this quality of focus is so important in a lot of spiritual activities, right? To the ability to use our ability to focus and apply that in different areas is so important, right? And you are gifted with that. The challenge that's occurring is that then the mind is taking that power and the incessancy is being created. It's incorrectly using your focus. In other words, it's using your focus from the perspective of that your power as a being of light, as a being of love, is outside of you. Okay, it relates earlier to what we were talking about with Kiana. So when we have the perspective, well, no, when we have the perception, well, no, let's see, hold on. Yeah, either one works. When we have the perception that our personal power or that our true power is outside of ourselves, we are forever in this void of separation. We're forever in this disconnection from God and from our higher power, right? When we see God, when we see source, when we see spirit, when we see love as something other than us, and that includes when we see love in terms of just relationship love as coming from another or coming from outside of us. We're never in that beingness of being present with love. So you're on this path right now Mary Lou. I'm just really feeling God calling you to look inside, to use that powerful skill of mental focus to make a connection. Like, how do I want to say this? They're giving me a picture of, okay, this is interesting. We'll go with this. I don't quite understand it yet. Yes, Peter Brook, shine your light, Mary Lou. The world needs it. Yeah, that's what you've been working on. So, okay, so let go of the work on it. And the image they gave me is really interesting. Like I said, I don't understand it. So they're giving me this image of you walking around and playing sort of a mental game with this beautiful strength of mental focus that you have, right? And the mental game they're doing is walking around or walking through your day, and you're just sort of, what is that? It's like that game that we played in the car when we were kids, and we were looking out the window, and we were just looking for, I can't even remember what we were looking for. Were we looking for cows, or were we looking for animals, or were we looking for trees? I can't remember the game, but it was this game that my folks had us play, and it kept us busy, but in a fun way, right? And so this image that I'm getting from your guidance is to walk through your day looking for evidence of love and looking for evidence of light, right? And so this is something that you begin the day by setting an intention to do this, right? Because this may not be something that you necessarily are going to remember from moment to moment, but when you wake up in the morning and you set this intention, I'm going to play the game of looking for evidence of light and love outside of me, right? But here's the other piece that your guidance is giving to me for you. As you play this game of looking for those things, you pause for a moment. You use that strength of mental focus, both in the looking for the things, people, places, and things, right? Similar to the way we do our love bomb, but outside of yourself. And when you see it and you recognize it, then you use that mental focus and turn it inside of yourself for a moment. And you look at how the recognizing of that thing feels. So, for example, you're just going through your day. Maybe you're working, or maybe you're at home and you're goofing off, and maybe you're just decided, I'm going to have lunch right now. And then you're preparing your meal, and you're like, oh my God, look how delicious that whatever it is you're making look like, right? And then you're just being in the moment with it, and you're like, oh, all right. Then immediately take a peek inside. What is the feeling response? What is the energetic quality that seeing how delicious your food looks sparks in you, right? And so you're using, instead of the mind being insistent that you have to do something or find it outside of yourself, you're taking that mental focus, you're looking for the evidence of it, and then you're turning inward to make the internal connection. Does that make any sense? I'm not sure it made sense. It makes sense to me. Does it make sense to anybody? Yes, it does. Okay. So here's the really big encouragement I'm getting for you on this, Mary Lou. This is not a task. This is a game. God wants you to have fun with it, because the discovering of yourself as a powerful being of, and this is true for all of us, my friends, the discovery of ourselves as being part of the universal continuum of love is fun. It's fun. It's fun to say yes to our gifts. Yes, it's scary. Yes, we have our doubts. Yes, we get nervous and anxious. It's fun to say yes to our gifts. Look at our beautiful friend Linda, how much fun she's having dating this new guy. Yes, she gets wondering whether it's good for the future. But as we found out, it's good for her right now. It's fun. She's looking forward to seeing him again. We can use these same notions and thoughts and ideas, these same perceptions and perspectives, and be like, let's have fun, Mary Lou. Let's have fun looking for evidence of love, looking for evidence of light in our lives, in our surroundings, right? I'll give you a great example. For some reason today, my heart was moved with deep thanks to want to reach out to somebody who gave me a home twice while I was living in LA. And we've become dear, dear friends. She's born the day before me. She's like my Piscean sister, a beautiful, beautiful soul. And I haven't spoken to her in like 15 plus years. And I found her on Facebook. We hadn't even been friends for some reason. And I wrote her out of the blue, even before asking to be friends. And I said, and I used her name, and I said, my dear friend, blah, just in case I never said it way back then. And then in caps, thank you very much. Your hospitality and kindness twice made a huge difference in my life. And I was saying that because in the moment I was feeling so much love. I was recognizing that her hospitality, she let me stay with her two different times. One, when I first moved to LA, a dear friend of both of ours suggested that we meet, and maybe thinking, I think her friend was trying to hook us up for dating. I don't know why I didn't go out with her because she's amazing, uh, but she wasn't right for me. But she invited me to stay at her home, and I stayed there for a few weeks till I found a job. And then later, when my life began to fall apart, the beginning of my dark night of the soul, and I was beginning to sell everything and had to move out of my place, she said, hey, I'm out of town. You can come stay at my place for 2 weeks. And that made the hugest difference to me. And so then we just had this beautiful conversation back and forth. And she said, what's going on with you? What's new? And I said, what's going on with you? And we were just chit-chatting. And she said, well, it sounds like you have so much love and abundance in your life. And you know what? She was right. But do I always see it? No. But do I try to see it? I do. And that's why it's so important, Mary Lou, to make this a game, make it be fun, because there's the three pieces. It's a game. You're using your focus to look at the right thing, not that incessant, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's right here in front of you. Look at this beautiful fire. Look at these amazing stones. Sure, this background was probably generated by some AI program. Look at these beautiful mountains. Amazing. There's light. There's love. There's light. Look at this list of people. Right? So there's those three qualities, my friend. The game aspect, right, which helps the mind relax about this as a thing to do. It's not a task, it's a game. The looking outside of ourselves for evidence of light and love, okay? And then taking that moment and making the internal connection. Because when we look at something and we say, I love that, that's amazing, right? When we watch, I love watching the Got Talent video replays, right? From America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, Australia's Got Talent, all of it. Why? Because here are these people who have said yes to showing up, to being vulnerable and to share their gift. And then when they shine, I love it, because what it does for me is it lets me feel inside that same sense of shining, that same sense inside, the lightness of the heart and the lightness of being, Peter. Yes, indeed. Wow, this is huge, Mary Lou says. That's what we need more of, fun. Yes, indeed. I love having fun. I'm a big ambassador for play. Monica says, I just feel like I was pinged in my head to join the live right now. Don't know how I got that ping. Intuition, my dear. Intuition. Gary, we did call you. Mary Lou says, I need more fun in my day. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I need. Yeah. Look for it, my friend. Use that beautiful, powerful mind, that beautiful, wonderful skill of mental focus. Celebrate, my friend. Celebrate the skills that our mind has. I'm a really good researcher. My mind is so good at that, right? But I can overdo it. I can make the research and the results of the research be the end goal. And it's not. The end goal is love. The end goal is light. The end goal is, how did Peter say it? The lightness of heart and the lightness of being. Yeah. Monica, I'm not going to have time, my dear. We're at the end of the hour and a half. And yeah, I'm so sorry. But you can come back on Sunday, next Wednesday, next Friday, or if you're feeling so called, we could do a private if you want. Hi, Kimmy. Good to see you. Yes, you're coming in at the tail end. Yeah, thanks for understanding, Monica. Really appreciate it. Given the day that I've had, I'm gonna need to cut it short. Gary, I'm sorry that we missed you. We did call you. How are you feeling now? Please check in with us. Gary, we did a lot today. I'm going to encourage you to watch the replay on YouTube. Yeah, I'll put it up tonight. Camilla. Kimmy, you were not late. You're perfect timing. Gary, 104 people here today. Thank you so much for being here. Please do come back again and visit us. On Sunday, you were gone for about 15? Okay, well, it was bad timing then. But yeah, check out the replay on my YouTube, Gary. I think my intuition is telling me you're gonna really like one of the readings. I want to say Kiana's, but I'm not sure whose, but one of the readings, yeah, one of the readings from today is also for you, buddy. So I'll have that up probably. Well, let's see. I've got to have supper and I'll have that up sometime tonight. It'll probably be up before 8 or 9 p.m. my time. Let me see what you guys are saying. I sure do too, Peter. Yeah. Every time I get to share a space and create a space of love with you guys, it just means so much to me. It's why I'm here. I love that you guys want to be here too. I love this community we're building. Anyone who's new, come back another time. Sunday I do a very special one now. So I have two different kinds of lives now. On Sundays, I'm doing Spirit and Soul Sunday. We either go on what I call a spirit walk, where we go and meet our guides, or we go on a soul fragment reintegration journey. And they're both journeys. And the first time was last Sunday, and it was really wonderful. So that's something for everybody. It's an example of how I wanted to do more full group stuff that benefits everybody. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm doing these readings with the spin the wheel. So I encourage everybody to come back, follow if you want to get notified of my new stuff. Join our group, Circle of Love. We love it there, don't we? Circle of Lovelies. Circle of Lovelies. We are the Circle of Lovelies. Yeah, I'm really appreciating having that really awesome, sweet community to chit chat with. Also, oh yeah, if you missed it, again, please reach out to me if you're interested in helping me with an experiment to try and see if my ChakraTouch gift can work on a group basis to do a group reading for everybody. Groups have energy, so I read energy. I should be able to do it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing it on Zoom sometime in the next week or two. I'll need your email. You can reach out to me through Insight Timer through my profile, or you can reach out to me through my link tree. I've got a bunch of different links there, including my email. Lovely lovelies. Yes, indeed. All right, my friends, I have to go check on Marty. She said she was going to lay down in bed after her fall today and rest some more. Um, and her whole family is coming in town this weekend for her birthday, which is going to be exciting. So, geez, Kiana, what was the gist? What did you take, Kiana, from your reading? What does Gary need to know from you about your reading? Erica, thank you so much for your donation. And thank you to everybody who donated today. Thank you to anyone who's donated in the past. Thank you from the depths of my heart to anyone who donates in the future. It means a lot to me. I love exchanging the love in that way, but I mostly just, it means so much that you guys are here. So thank you for being here. Kiana, did we lose you? Where'd she go? She was really I was so in them. Oh, there we go. Kiana says it was about my professional life, and I took from it that I need to step into my loving state and remember it as I work. There we go. It was a lot about her process, Gary, of moving from feeling love and doing love to being love. That's how I would, yeah, that's a good short version too. Yeah. And honestly, I think we're all being called as we grow spiritually to recognize that we are loved, to reach someday, hopefully, reach that state where we, similar to what Mary Lou's, going through in her journey, is where we recognize our absolute perfect connection to love and that we are part of it, that we're not just the person feeling it, we're not just the one receiving it, we're not just the one giving it, we're not just the one creating it, and that we're not just a conduit. Like I'm at a conduit level right now, and so are many of you, and there's no judgment on any level, but that going beyond that conduit is this place of being it, of being love. And the reality is no, not the reality. The truth is that we are love, but we don't always recognize it. And so that I believe like is that goal for us to be love. And that is really ultimately what I mean when I say to live from love. It's from this place of being love, right? So it's almost like being on you can think about it as love being a river that's flowing, right? And we can see ourselves floating on it, but we can also see ourselves still as separate while we're floating on it. And the being it is realizing that as we're floating on it, we're just perfectly connected with it and we're part of it. We're part of the actual flow of that river. Thank you, Peter. One love, thanks all, says Erica. Yep. Peter says today's summary: be love, light, have fun. Yeah. Gosh, we could have done that in what, 5 minutes? I should have just said that, huh, Peter? Thanks for the heart, Christina. Yeah, do that reggae song, Kimmy. Let me know how it goes. Yes, indeed, Peter. All right, my friends, I've got to go have some supper and check on my dear friend Marty and see if we've got any of our visitors come in yet. It's the journeying. I know we love journeying here. All right, let's take one more long look at this amazing cozy scene. Look at how the wood is stacked up on the opening there, and there's so many beautiful lanterns. The books are there, ready to nestle up in that beautiful blankie on a wet, rainy day as we look out over these gorgeous snow-covered mountains. I wish that was a real place, and it is in my heart. All right, my friends, I'm gonna go. Have a great rest of Friday or Saturday. I'll see you guys on Sunday or Wednesday or Friday or in somebody else's live really soon. Many blessings and much love to all of you. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here today.